Social media promise connection. We flock to these platforms to share our lives and connect with others. But what started as a way to stay in touch has become a carefully crafted system designed to keep us scrolling. Social media platforms are engineered to be addictive, exploiting our psychology to keep us engaged. Our attention is the commodity being traded, and the more time we spend on these platforms, the more data they collect and the more revenue they generate. It's time to ask ourselves, are we truly connecting or are we being played? The very design of these platforms encourages superficial interaction. We chase likes and comments, seeking validation from strangers. We compare our lives to the curated highlight reels of others, often feeling inadequate as a result. The endless scroll keeps us hooked, promising something new with every swipe. But this constant stimulation can be overwhelming, leaving us feeling empty and disconnected from the real world. It's important to remember that social media is not inherently bad. These platforms can be valuable tools for communication, information, and even activism. However, it's crucial to be aware of the tactics used to keep us engaged and the potential impact on our well-being. By understanding how these platforms operate, we can make more conscious choices about how we use them and reclaim control over our digital lives. The first step to breaking free is acknowledging the problem. By recognizing the manipulative tactics employed by social media companies, we can begin to see these platforms for what they are: businesses designed to profit from our attention. Only then can we start to make changes and develop healthier habits around our social media use. Social media platforms are masters of manipulation, employing sophisticated psychological tactics to keep us hooked. One of the most effective is the use of intermittent rewards. Just like a slot machine that pays out unpredictably, social media feeds deliver a variable ratio of rewards. We might see several uninteresting posts in a row, followed by a notification that triggers a surge of dopamine, the feel-good chemical in our brains. This unpredictable reward system is highly addictive. It keeps us coming back for more, hoping for another hit of that feel-good feeling. Every time we refresh our feeds, we're essentially pulling the lever on the slot machine, hoping for a win in the form of likes, comments, or new followers. Another powerful tool in the social media arsenal is social proof. We are social creatures by nature, and we look to others for cues on how to behave. When we see that a post has received hundreds of likes or comments, we're more likely to perceive it as valuable or interesting, even if it wouldn't normally grab our attention. This herd mentality is amplified by the fear of missing out, FOMO. Social media constantly bombards us with images and stories of people living their best lives, creating a sense of urgency and a fear that we're missing out on something important. This fear drives us to stay constantly connected, scrolling through our feeds to make sure we don't miss the latest news, trends, or social gatherings. By understanding these psychological tactics, we can begin to deconstruct their power over us. Recognizing the tactics is the first step to developing resistance. Behind the scenes, sophisticated algorithms work tirelessly to curate our online experiences. These algorithms learn our preferences, tracking our every click, like, and comment. They analyze our browsing history, the accounts we follow, and even the content we pause on. All of this data is fed into a complex system that determines what we see and when we see it. The goal of these algorithms is to keep us engaged, serving us content they predict will hold our attention. This might include posts from friends and family, but it will also feature content from advertisers, influencers, and even political groups. The algorithm doesn't care about quality or accuracy. Its primary goal is to maximize our time spent on the platform. This personalized approach can create an echo chamber effect. As we engage with content that aligns with our existing beliefs and interests, the algorithm feeds us more of the same, reinforcing our biases and limiting our exposure to diverse perspectives. This can lead to polarization, making it harder to engage in constructive dialogue and critical thinking. It's essential to remember that the reality presented to us on social media is often distorted. The algorithm filters the information we see, creating a curated version of the world that may not reflect the full picture. By understanding how these algorithms work, we can become more critical consumers of online content and seek out diverse perspectives beyond our personalized bubbles. The constant pursuit of likes and comments can take a toll on our mental health. Social media platforms create an environment of comparison and competition, where we're constantly evaluating ourselves against others. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and low self-esteem, especially among young people who are still developing their sense of self. The curated nature of social media feeds adds to this pressure. We compare our everyday lives to the carefully constructed highlight reels of others, forgetting that everyone experiences challenges and insecurities offline. This constant comparison can fuel feelings of envy, jealousy, and dissatisfaction with our own lives. Furthermore, the constant stream of information and notifications can be overwhelming. Our brains are not wired to process such a high volume of stimuli, leading to cognitive overload, stress, and difficulty focusing. This can impact our sleep, productivity, and overall well-being. It's crucial to remember that our worth is not defined by our online presence. We are more than the number of likes, comments, or followers we accumulate. By prioritizing our mental health and setting healthy boundaries with social media, we can cultivate a stronger sense of self-worth and focus on what truly matters.